Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Tracy Pontarelli here. I realized yesterday, thank God for my friend Lisa, that I must have put the phone in the wrong area. And so I talked to you the whole time like this instead of like this. So I apologize for that. I'm back with the same information, but even a little bit better this time. Are you taking your vitamin D? That's my question I'm asking. And do you understand how critically important vitamin D is to your overall health, particularly right now in time, but always? Okay, so we're going to talk about vitamin D, what it is, and how to get more of it, and then some interesting information that I want to share with you about a study that I'd love to share more with you about. But let's start with vitamin D. Okay, so vitamin D is important to so many functions in the body. It's responsible for the absorption of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. So I want you to think about that. If you're not getting, we aren't what we eat. We are what we digest and absorb. And so, hey everybody, so if you are taking a bunch of supplements and you're vitamin D deficient, it's not going to get absorbed into your body. So you're missing a key component, okay? And P.S., the current estimates are 70% of us are vitamin D deficient. And my guess is it's even more than that. Maybe not. But here's what I'm going to say. The people of the 30% are living near the equator, and they're walking around with not a lot of clothes on most of the time. So if you don't fall into that group of equator living naked people, you're vitamin D deficient. You are, okay? And you can go get your levels checked. We're going to see a lot of stuff come out. You're going to hear it here. One of the places you're going to hear it here first. We're going to hear that our vitamin D levels are drastically underestimated. We need a ton more than we actually get. And they've been lowering the recommendations because so many people are deficient instead of really requiring us as humans to get the right level of vitamin D. Okay, so here's the thing that most people don't understand. So we talk about vitamin D as a vitamin. It's actually more of a hormone. There are vitamin D receptors in almost all, if not every cell in our body. Every cell in our body has a receptor, which means it's waiting for vitamin D, okay? A receptor means it's saying, come attach to me, vitamin D. Come attach. Every cell in your body. It helps with everything, and it plays a major, major role in immune function. So this is super, super important. If you are not getting enough vitamin D, which you're not, probably, most likely, you need to get some more. Okay, so let's talk about what the most common ways are to get vitamin D. The best way to get vitamin D, hands down, is through sun. The sunlight allows us to synthesize vitamin D in our body. So whenever you can get outside, get outside. That's always going to be a bonus. Okay, you can get it from food. It's going to be all mostly seafood based, except for eggs. The best sources: cod liver, salmon, tuna. Tuna's got a lot of mercury, so you got to be careful with tuna. Liver, good stuff, right? Eggs is probably the one thing on that list that I'm going to be on board with, and sardines. Okay, so I think we'll all probably agree that there's a need to take some supplementation. I don't know where mine went. Dang it. Okay, so I have two different kinds of vitamin D. I'm always experimenting with things, you guys. I really like Thorne's liquid vitamin D that also has K. There's a vitamin D K connection that I'll do in another Tracy TV. It's liquid. You can put it in anything. It has no taste. I can sneak it into all of my family's stuff without them knowing, and you don't have to swallow another pill. If you're somebody that's just like, I can't take another pill. I love the drops. I also have Bulletproof, my boy Dave Asprey. I've got his vitamin D AK combo. So here's the thing. I don't know. You've got to just get a reputable source and take a lot of it. I know that's kind of vague information, but we're going to find out that you need a lot more. And here is the kicker that I want to share with you right now. And if you want me to send you the information on this, one of my favorite functional health doctors, Chris Kresser, sent this the other day. And I'm just going to read it to you because I want you guys to hear this. So this is a small sample size of 76 patients that were admitted to the ICU in Spain. 76, okay? 50 of them were given 30 IUs a day of vitamin D. And then, right, 50 of them received vitamin D, and the rest of them, 26, did not, okay? So the doses were up there. They were 30,000 IUs. And I don't know if you heard, but our president was sick. So this you might have heard that information. I don't know if you heard. But one of the things that they gave him was vitamin D and zinc. Also, side note on the zinc, you should just be taking zinc all the time and vitamin D all the time anyway, okay? All right, so out of this group, this is what I really want you to hear. This was crazy. In the control group that was not taking the vitamin D, 50% required ICU admission. In the vitamin D group, 2% needed admission. That is a remarkable difference. And this was one tiny little study. This is happening more and more and more. And it's showing that vitamin D in the body plays an integral role in your immune health and in your overall health. Guys, this is one of these important things. We're walking around, we're super deficient in vitamin D, and it is an easy thing to fix. If you can swallow, you can take more vitamin D, okay? So that's my news for today. I hope that really is helpful for you guys, and it creates a sense of urgency for you to get more vitamin D. Okay, so here's what I'm going to offer you. If you want my notes, I'd love to share them with you so you can see, and you can click on the link, get into the study, do all of that stuff. So I'll need your email to be able to do that. So just drop me a note, we can get into conversation. And I'm happy to share links to the vitamin D that I use. Again, I haven't been able to find specific studies on different vitamins in the vitamin D absorption. I know you have to take a lot more than you think. And I haven't seen anything really. If you can get 30 IUs of vitamin D when you're in the ICU, you're going to be okay. Talk to your doctor, but you could probably take it a decent amount and it will serve you well. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Send me a message below if you want some more of this information. Julie, who commented the other day about her story, I would love for you to tell that story again if you're listening again. Julie and her husband both came down positive with COVID-19. Sorry. And her husband got really sick. He doesn't take any vitamin D. Now, this is just like an anecdotal story, right? I'm not a medical professional. But Julie takes vitamin D and she fared a lot better than her husband. So that is a one-person case of how that's helpful. And listen, it can't hurt. It's probably going to help. It's going to help you with every part of your health. So why not, right? Okay, have a great day, everybody. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.